Woo! What's going on, guys? Welcome to Orum'S Den. We got a special one today, man. It's a pre-draft show, a couple days away. Thursday. We're on a Tuesday. Micro Mike is in the building. What's going on, Micro Mike?
Hey, what's going on, Mark, man? Appreciate you letting me on today. Talk some Detroit Lions today with the subscribers in the building. The NFL draft. It is what? NFL draft Eve's Eve? Let's go.
Eve, let's go. Let's go. It's finally going to be here. We're 48 hours away, about roughly. Exactly. It's 7 o'clock right now. So, and it starts officially, I think, around 6 o'clock. Whatever, it'll be on all day on Thursday on the NFL Network and ESPN. They'll be running the show. And they'll be doing some stuff there, but it's going to be exciting, man. But let's say hi to people in the chat. What's that, buddy?
I see a cool chair there, Marky Mark.
Well, I got a brand new one, buddy. I got a brand new one. I had to take out half a mortgage to get this thing, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It was well worth it. The wife let me purchase it, man. She's a special lady. So yeah, man. So let's say what's going on, Chrome. What's going on, buddy? Jamie Ward is in the building. Tone Loki, love it. Here's Johnny with Draft the Cocaine. Yeah, we can't wait for the draft, buddy. Vash Darwin, one of our good friends. What's up, buddy? Zach J, Rob Swift, Jeff Berg in the house. Paul Jarose, my man. What's going on, bro? Carolina guy. Cy Gray is in the building. What's up, big man?
My G.
Love to see you here. Perry Ball, what's up, brother? And the Detroit fan man is in the building. Well, Mike, like I said, we're 2 days away. We're trying to figure out what's going on. This is one of the most perplexing, I'd say, drafts coming up that I've ever been involved with. I think it's one of the first times that I don't even know who's going where. Jacksonville, they're drafting everybody according to every expert out there. They've drafted everybody so far. Everyone's coming to Jacksonville, and we don't know who we're taking. We're taking Thibodeau, Hutchinson, Hamilton. There's guys out there that we don't even know. Travon Walker's in this mix. Mike, what do you feel about this draft coming up, man?
I feel like I have no idea what's going on, bro. It literally is taking darts and throwing them in the dark because Jacksonville don't know what they're doing. So when you have Jacksonville, they're having issues right now. General manager wants one player. Head coach wants one player. Owner wants another. So they're completely confused. Who's going to win the battle there? Is it going to be Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson? Is it going to be Ike Ekwonu? Well, that pretty much determines what the Detroit Lions are going to do because we're sitting here. If Hutch is there, do you go Aiden Hutchinson? Do you go Kayvon Thibodeau? Right now, I say it's Aiden Thibodeau. Like, we have no idea what's going on. I don't know in years past there, Marky Mark and everybody else in the building. Make sure you hit that like button as well. This is a time I have no idea what's going on, bro. I don't know.
It's just insane, man. Like we've always had a kind of consensus of who we feel is going to be walking through those doors in Honolulu Blue. But it's just, this has been insane, man. For me anyways, and I know you probably feel a little bit the same way. There's some guys that I don't want in this draft. There's some guys that I like. I like Thibodeau. I'm still going to go with that guy. I love Hutchinson. There's two guys I think that we should be targeting. The last I heard, Jacksonville is I think the number one guy is Travon Walker, the versatile defensive end from Georgia. If they go, say Jacksonville takes Travon Walker, who do you want at number 2, Mike?
I want to smile because that means it's a really good news for our Detroit Lions. I do like Aiden Hutchinson the most. Everyone says, well, you must be a Michigan fan. That's not the case, folks. I'm an Oregon Duck fan. So you would assume I'd like Kayvon Thibodeau, but I like production the most. And Aiden Hutchinson produced 14 sacks, dominant against teams like Ohio. So, I mean, I do like that. And what if the Detroit Lions are sitting there and a team's like, man, I got to have Aiden Hutchinson. You could trade out of the pick. I think that's the most possible. If someone's going to trade up, it'd be for Aiden Hutchinson. It's not going to be for a quarterback. Don't see it happening now. Not going to be for Kayvon Thibodeau, Trayvon Walker. And if you want to go tackle, look, you got Ike Ekwonu or you got Evan Nielsen. Or I think the Lions, that would be the best case scenario. Personally, I'd like to go Hutch. Secondary, I'd like to go Kayvon Thibodeau. That's my preference.
Yeah, for sure. I really want the edge guys. I don't know what this Jacksonville's going to do, but say they are taking Walker. I would think that would be a mistake by Jacksonville. You draft Trevon Walker, I think you're drafting projection over production. That's how I feel about that. Not saying that kid's a bad football player, but I just don't understand the hype going on with him right now. Is it smoke? I don't understand why Jacksonville would even need to be throwing smoke right now. They're in the number one
No need.
spot. So it doesn't really make any sense to me. But I want Thibodeau at 2. You know, uh, I'm all good with an Aiden Hutchinson too. And like you said, Mike, it's not just because of a Michigan thing.
Yep.
He's a little bit of a late bloomer on Michigan, obviously. Uh, didn't really do anything great until his 4th year. It looked like he was going to do something in his 2nd year, then ended up getting hurt in his 3rd. So Hutchinson's, I think, is the real deal. A little bit of a late bloomer, though, like I said. But I think we need one of those edges. Definitely to help out the secondary. I think it's way too early to grab a guy like a Sauce Gardner. I do like Kyle Hamilton, but I think it's a little bit early for him too at 2 as well. So it's just going to be really interesting coming up. Now I'm not sure what you're saying here, Perry Ball. #Mark. You still never talked about the draft. I'm not sure what you're saying there, bro. But
when people say like, "Oh, it's about the school," folks, I could
Yeah.
care less where somebody comes from. If they're the best player, that's what I want. I don't care even if we drafted 7 Ohio guys. I don't care as long as they're the best player. Like, does it matter what school? Too, I could have no care in the world. I want the best player available, and I have no affiliation for a college regarding the Detroit Lions. I want this team to win, and the only way to win is to get the best talent.
Yeah, there's no bias for me either. Even though I'm a Michigan fan, it's not that I want Hutchinson because I think he's because he just dons the Michigan maize and blue. I just think he's one of the best guys in this draft. He's one of the best edges, obviously, and I still like Thibodeau over him, but I would be very happy with an Aiden Hutchinson. Nick
It's almost a
Dunjack
coin
saying,
flip,
"What's up,
right?
guys?" What's that, brother?
It's almost a coin flip. It's
a
just
coin flip.
what's your preference. Either way, it kind of reminds me of 2011 when you had Ndamukong Suh and Gerald McCoy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, man. You had 2 dominant defensive tackles coming out of college, and they both have had really good careers. Sue's, I think, still playing, obviously, and I'm not sure. I think McCoy retired, but he's had
His injuries.
He had a nice career, but he racked up a lot of injuries. That's for sure. Cy Gray, we kind of answered that question, but if Jacksonville did take Aiden, me personally, I want Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Mike might have a little bit something different there.
I think they take Thibodeau. If Aiden goes 1, I do think it's Thibodeau. They spent a lot of time scouting him, folks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they love their Oregon Ducks. Even if Aiden's there, I'm not 100% convinced they take him.
Same
now,
here.
I still think that he does have the edge, but to me, it's like 51-49. It's not like, it's not that big of an edge if you're thinking. And it's just, who do you want in your building? So that's what I think it's down to, those 2 guys. If Aiden goes 1, I would expect Thibodeau to be the pick.
100%, man. Exactly. I think he's one of the most explosive edges in this draft. And, people are obviously concerned about his I don't even want to say they're off-field concerns because he has no off-the-field concerns. It's just that he's a different kid. He's wired different. And he wants to brand himself. He's in the crypto. People
I gotta ask something.
Scared about that. I don't know why.
I got to ask you something, Mark.
What's that?
Can Aiden Hutchinson play?
Yes.
Is he a freak athlete?
100%.
Would he play for the Detroit Lions?
Would he play for them?
Yeah, would he play?
Yeah.
I don't care about his financial, what he wants to do on the side. And Ndamukong Suh,
right.
He was big on making money on the side. People don't realize this. One of his buddy was Warren Buffett. And so he was an entrepreneur. I have no problem with some. I would rather have a player in the NFL. Their off-field issues is I'm trying to become an entrepreneur and make money in business decisions.
Exactly.
That's real bad. How about ask Aaron Hernandez what his off-field the issues were?
Exactly.
Or other players. I mean, if that is the least of your worries, I take it all day. It seems like every year a player gets demonized. Micah Parsons last year was demonized. Look how that worked out.
Exactly, man. But that's what it is, Mike. You hit the nail on the head. Ndamukong Suh came here. He was a different guy. He was wired different. He wanted to brand himself. He wanted to go out and do a bunch of business ventures, which he did. And then he left, right? He left after 4 years. He was gonzo. And I think this fan base feels the exact same way. Oh, man, we're just going to get 4 years out of Thibodeau, and he's going to roll. Listen, if we get 4 years out of Thibodeau at what Sue did, I'll take that all day. You just got to work on getting better as a football team. That was the problem with Sue, is that they were only really good 1 year with him here.
And Mayhew decided not to resign him. So that's if he would have spent the money, he would have stayed in Detroit. He was all about the money, and I have no problem. If long as you're producing, your number one thing is I want money. Well, guess what, folks? I'm going to tell you something. So am I. When I work, it's about money. It's not about anything else.
Yeah. I need to feed my family too. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's all about money. I get it, man. If you want to keep players around here, get better as an organization.
Yeah.
Sue would have stuck around, I bet, if they would have been good, because he had his stuff going on in other cities. Like, he was doing his thing. He was hanging out with, like you said, with Warren Buffett. He was doing all that stuff. So if they would have been, I think, a better football team, he probably would have stuck around.
And we had bad leadership too. Like, if you look at the leadership here, it's different.
Exactly. Carolina guy, tell Gritty never sees me stream because the chat is still broken. Okay, I'll let him know, bro. I'm going to be on Grid's channel on Thursday. I don't know if he's doing it from the Gridiron Blitz or if he's doing it from the Detroit Lions Syndicate. I
think it's Gridiron Blitz. So check out Gridiron Blitz, man. He can be live streaming. I'll try to pop in there sometimes. I'm going to be on Lions Nation Unite with Herman Moore in studio, so we could pop back and forth, man. Just go from one boom, boom, boom next, and we're all going to have fun.
That's going to be awesome, man. Mark Malak, here we go. King of YouTube, Mark. Oh, Willis at 2 is the pick. Ooh, I don't think Willis is going to be the pick, though, Mark. Don't hold your breath on that one. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I don't think they're going to go quarterback here. I just think they need to start shoring up this defense. Mike, what do you think there?
I don't believe they're going Malik Willis. Y'all know I like Malik Willis. I know a lot of people don't like him. I'm not. I do like him. I don't believe at all they're going quarterback at 2. Now, doesn't mean we don't get him. So the thing is a lot of rumors are flying around, and I talked about this today in my video. The Detroit Lions are not going to stay at 32. They could trade up. Very possible. Say a Malik Willis starts to fall, maybe the Lions want to jump the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's possible, because not only did I hear it on NFL Network, but I heard it on multiple sources that
you can get an Aiden or a Thibodeau at 2 and get a Hamilton or a Devin Lloyd or even a Jordan Davis at like 15 or something like that if he slides.
That would be. It says it's buffering. The feed is buffering. Let me know in the comment section right now. Is it good? Is it buffering? Hopefully it's not.
Yeah, we don't want the buffer. We don't like the buffer.
Yeah, man, we're not Ndamukong Suh, and we're not big, the Warren Buffett here. It's working now. Okay, yeah. Look, man, if they trade up, if they get an impact player, if this guy is an impact player, we're talking about a game changer, then it's a good decision. If the guy ends up not being one, it's a bad decision. So it depends who it is. I love Devin Lloyd. I'm telling you, bro, Devin Lloyd would change his defense.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite. That's the linebacker of Utah. He's an absolute tackling machine. He can do lots of things on the field. He can get to the quarterback too as well, man. He's a 3-down linebacker, man. He's a guy
last year, a guy named Mark Orem from Orem Forum was talking about a guy named Micah Parsons, and everybody was ragging on Micah Parsons, and the Mark Orem from Orem Forum, from the beginning to end, said this guy is an impact player. He's a game changer. He is a guy that's going to make an impact. If Mark Orem likes this linebacker, there's something to it.
Hell yeah, man. He's one of my favorites, man. Utah kid. Love it, man. I'm way behind. Let me see. Zakwa, thank you, sir, for the $4.99 super chat. The hashtag Lions have picked up the 5th-year option. They have? I did not know that, man. Tight end TJ Hawkinson locking him in for $9.392 million, fully guaranteed in 2023. Okay, man. So now they got to work, if they plan on working on an extension to get him locked up for another 4 or 5 years, whatever they want to do. Mike, How do you
Yeah,
feel about
man. Look, he's a great player. I have no problem at all. He's got to stay healthy. I think that's my biggest concern for sure. But you don't draft a guy as high as we did at 8 and to let him walk. So
that?
give him a contract extension. See what he can do. If he continues to hurt himself, I guess in a couple years you can trade him. But you don't really have much of a choice here. You have to take him.
Oh yeah. Perry Ball is nervous about the draft in the last stream. Let's see. Perry, are you related to Jerry? No. Let's see what we got here, guys. Do you think the team move up to 32? We just kind of touched on that a little bit. I think it's
Yeah,
a possibility.
possibility.
I think it's definitely a possibility.
Also, too, and there's facts that go behind it. Brad Holmes, he nearly traded up to get Penei Sewell last year, traded up to get Jared Goffman, who's with the Rams. He's an aggressive guy and will trade up.
He's very aggressive, and he said that he's not afraid to trade picks. So we seen it last year too. I think they traded up to get Derek Barnes, like you said, right?
They
They got
did
Derek
pick
Barnes.
after pick, man.
Pick after
He made a pick. I started making a video. Lines are on the clock. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Rob Swiss says Sue was offered a big contract in Miami. Florida has a better tackle. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sue, man. Sue was
About
Sue,
that
man.
money. About that
It's all
money.
good, man. Sue loves money. Everybody loves money. Dr. Detroit, I agree with Mark. Thank you, brother. Zach J, I think our regime is really trying to find those types of guys who stay after practice because they want to be great. That's what we need, man. We need guys that want to be great. You know, the Amon-Ra St. Brown was a rookie last year. He came on the scene and everyone was like, man, this kid is acting like, like he doesn't even belong here yet. He needs to work to stay here. And we love that, seeing that, man. He would stay with the jugs machine. He'd be taking receptions all day after practice, stay there for an hour or two. So that's what you want to see, right, Mike?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the type of guys you want to change a culture with. But not only that, but they do have to have talent too. I mean, you could be that type of guy with no talent's not going to help out. That's Jared Davis. He was always there before and after practice, misguided missile. So you need to have a mixture of both, man. This guy needs to be the love of the game and talented, hard worker, all the above.
Exactly, man. I think right here, Perry Ball is asking, hashtag is Lloyd like a Parson? I think they're a little bit, I think personally, I think Devin Lloyd, I think is more well-rounded linebacker, to tell you the truth, even though I loved Micah Parsons last year. Lloyd can do it all. He struggled a little bit as a cover linebacker, but I think he was the kid that was a former safety too, right, Mike? Devin Lloyd?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I'm not going to compare him to Micah Parsons because Micah
right.
Parsons had such a good season last year.
They're
That doesn't happen that much. But Devin Lloyd is a game changer. He could be like a Levante David. He
Yeah.
can be like the guy who teams must game plan around. And that's something we have not had on this football team since 2014 when we had Levy. And before that, we're talking about the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, because Devin Lloyd, man, what I do know about him, that he is an absolute tackling machine. He is a 3-down linebacker, though. You're not taking him off the field because he can get to the quarterback, play the run. He can cover. I know he struggled a little bit in 2021 as a cover linebacker, but it's not a weakness. But he's an all-around linebacker, man, and I love him a lot. And if the Lions could trade up to get him, he's one guy that I would be very happy if they can land him in a Hutchinson or a Thibodeau.
I was even saying if the Lions are to trade out of 2 and somehow get like the 10th pick, that'd be Devin Lloyd. Like, I'd take him that high. That's how much he is that quarterback on defense. We have been destroyed. How many times have you guys watched games, and you, Mark, over the past couple years since Patricia, and just said, I am so tired of this middle of the field being destroyed? I do play-by-play. I do live watch parties. In every single play, it felt like the tight end to the middle, first down. Wide receiver, middle, first down. And it was driving me ape.
Oh, yeah, man. We've had that problem for a while now, man. And with not being able to cover tight ends, not being able to cover the middle of the field. You get a guy like a Devin Lloyd, or you get another cover linebacker, say, and you can start covering these tight ends. Now, the guy that we actually brought in, Deshaun Elliott, one of his strengths are actually covering tight ends. I kind of looked it up. I kind of did some research on him. When I made my video on him, I didn't quite do a lot of deep dive onto him, but I've been looking more into him. And one of his strengths were actually locking on the tight ends. And we all know Tracy Walker, he's the free safety, but he's had a little bit of trouble with covering tight ends. I think Tracy Walker is a better run stopper than he is a cover guy, even though he's a free safety. But Deshaun Elliott, man, he actually did pretty well covering tight ends. And I think that was a pretty good move. Mike, you like that move? I know it's
man. Look, I would be look, we need to get a linebacker. I have a mock draft dropping tomorrow. Hint, hint, a linebacker is going to be there. I don't think if they trade up and get Devin, or if they trade up and get Lloyd, I'm not going to be upset. You're not going to see me upset. I'm going to say, wow, we finally, even if it gave up pick 34, and I'm not one to give up picks. I don't like it, but I know what he can bring to the team. He's worth it. He's that good. But if they decide to stay at 32, Nakobe Dean's not a bad consolation prize. And I think that you could get him at 32. I think he's going to be there.
He's slipping, He's slipping because his medicals.
Right? He's slipping
his medicals, and he's a little bit of a smallish linebacker.
I don't care, man. Production, dog.
I love him.
I know.
I love. He reminds me. I don't know. I'm a little bit older than you, Mike. Do you remember Sam Mills?
No, I don't know, but I thought you were going to say Stephen Tulloch. Shorter.
Stephen Tulloch is actually a pretty solid one too. He reminds me a lot of Sam Mills, a smaller linebacker. Rest in peace to Sam Mills because he did pass. But he was a great linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, and he played for the New Orleans Saints. I
gotta go.
I
just got my link to go to the other live stream.
Okay, brother.
But yeah, man, folks, make sure you continue to watch my guy Mark Orem here. He's going to talk draft. Sorry I had to get going, but I do have to get on another live stream, man. But Mark, man, let's go.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go. We're almost there. Have a good one, brother.
Yeah, you too.
Thursday. Hey guys, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, we're gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. I'm going solo. Mike had to go on another stream. He's got to do a mock draft with Detroit Lions podcast. There we go. Can you guys hear me? What's going on, Darren? What's going on, bro? Sorry, Darren, I couldn't get you to I got to get emails now to send out these links because I got to send out because I'm banned on Twitter. That you know. I'm salty. Woo! What's going on? Backer at his size. And I think Lloyd, like I said, I totally agree. I think he's a more well-rounded linebacker. Not that he's better, but I just think he's just a little more well-rounded. I hope he gets aggressive, Don Burr. That'd be really nice, man. What up, though, Go Lions? What up? Why do I get the Spielman thoughts about Chanel? They're kind of similar. I think Chanel's a little bit quicker. I think he's got a quicker. I think he's more he can get to the ball faster, get to the ball carrier. But Spielman was an absolute racked up tackles as a middle linebacker. And I think Chanel maybe has a little bit of a Spielman in him for sure, bro. I got to do some more deep dive on Chanel. Kayvon at 2, Nakobe Dean at 32, and Dotson at 34. I like that, man. Kayvon's my favorite. Nakobe Dean at 30, bro. And Dotson's one of my favorite wide receivers coming out this year. The little guy from Penn State. I like him a lot, man. That'd be really nice, bro, right there. I want to trade back first. Trading back's always a nice thing. Go Lions. You got to find. You have to find a trading partner, though. That's going to be the tough part. I think it's going to be really tough to get that number 2 pick traded. Oh yeah, definitely. Lloyd's a top 15 pick. So if we were to get a Lloyd, we'd have to literally go up to get him, and I'm okay with that. I know 97.1, they were talking about how Lions fans don't have any balls and we don't want to do that. I was like, let's go get him. Go get Devin Lloyd. I'd be ecstatic with that. So you guys got any questions? Just hashtag it. You know, I'm going solo now because Micro Mike had to leave. That's all good. I can't wait till Thursday, guys. Imagine our linebackers are Barnes, Chanel, and Dean. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I don't think Anzalone's going anywhere though, bro. But guys like, you know, Josh Woods, Anthony Pittman, they're all replaceable. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm salty. I don't think anybody's going to trade up in this draft to get anybody, especially at 2. You might see guys train up a bit lower. Like you might see, like we might trade up to 32 to like to 15 or something like that if you want to go get a Devin Lloyd. But I don't see anybody trading up to the top 5. I don't really see that as well. Sanders got a question. Hashtag Lions. If Goff suffers a season-ending injury in week 1 and we don't draft the quarterback, do you run it back with him next year? Well, they're probably going to have to, but if they do that, then it's season-ending in week 1. Our quarterback's Tim Boyle, and our quarterback is Tim Boyle, and we're going to have a shot at one of the top 2 guys coming out next year, which should be C.J. Stroud from Ohio State and Bryce Young from Alabama. So those 2 guys are probably NFL ready. Do you throw them in the mix as a rookie? Maybe, but if Goff's gone, hurt, I mean, there's a good chance he could be let go. I did hear that a little bit ago, Paul. Anybody hear Risden's comments about linebacker not being a real great concern because they only use 2 inside at a time? That's true. I did hear that stuff too. Risden was out. Yeah, Risden was saying that he doesn't think that the Lions are going to go high on a linebacker this year because they like him and they only use 2 at a time. Even today, too, on 97.1 The Ticket, Mike Valente was talking about how he's hearing that they love their linebacking core right now. Something I don't really understand. I don't think we have a good linebacking core. So I don't know where those comments are coming from. I don't know where they're hearing it. They're obviously hearing it from the media, the media themselves. But I think it's a little bit dangerous for them not to add at least one more name to that linebacker room. I think they do. One Pride 40, what's up, buddy? So what position do you see us double dipping in, safety or linebacker? I think we're going to double dip in safety. That's because they like to throw out 2, 3. They obviously 2 safeties. You got the free and the strong. In this weird kind of like setup that they're talking about, it's like a 5-2, 5-2-4 almost, like, you know what I mean? The kind of setup that they're throwing out there in some schemes, some packages. You're going to see this 5-2-4. You're going to see a lot of linebackers and like double safety switching out. So I think they're going to double dip on safety this year in the draft. We got Tracy Walker and obviously Deshaun Hill are going to be the 2 starters. And then who knows what's going to happen with that third one. I personally don't think it's going to be Harris. I think he's getting, from the sounds of Dan Campbell talking about him, it sounds like he's moving the corner full time. So center linebackers are going to be Barnes, Anzalone, and Davis. I know. That's what's scary. Hopefully Barnes steps up. We all know what Anzalone is. We all know what Jared Davis is. At least Davis was cheap, but I still don't like that signing. I thought it was a bad signing. I don't see a double dip. I see a double dip in safety. I do. I see a double dip in safety. Don't really see a double dip anywhere else. I can see a double dip in D-line. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be at the same position, though. Who was asking about Levi and Uzurike? Because I have yet to see. Who was asking? Was that you, Perry Ball? Somebody was asking about Levi, the big fella. And I know there's there's some pictures out there of Levi apparently has shredded himself and has looked phenomenal. I have yet to see the picture. I actually looked for it the other day, trying to look for new pictures of Levi and Uzurike. I couldn't find nothing. It was all old pictures from last year and in his Washington days and was in college. So I don't know what's going on there, but I guess he's shredded and he looks phenomenal. I know he's an undersized defensive tackle at like 6'3", 293 pounds, 295 pounds. That's smaller for a defensive tackle. Now, if he's shredded himself and looks a little bit better, maybe lost a few pounds, maybe he could get switched over to defensive end. Linebacker, I say double dip in defensive end. Actually, that could be a possibility too. Edward Jr., what's up, man? What's going on? Davis is just the equipment hauler. That's a good one. What's going on, Mark and Mike? Mike's gone, brother, but thank you for joining the chat. Mike had to do some Mike's a busy boy. He had to go do another mock draft on another channel. Dean is going to fall like Jeremiah Awasu. Yeah, that's right. JOK for sure, man. That's what it feels like. Hashtag, is Goff a free agent or is signed for a few more years? Oh, he's not a free agent next year, man. He's here for his contract is up in 2024. I believe that's his last year. I think, without looking at it right now. Exactly. What's going on, Michael Huck? I'm not knocking anybody for their size. I'm just telling you what I hear. I'm just telling you, man. Some teams get a little bit put off about guys' size. So, you know, Nakobe Dean is a smaller linebacker, but he flies all over the place. So I love it. Risen doesn't know how the board would drop. Nobody does. Exactly. You know, they all have their opinions. They all have their opinions. I'm way behind, guys. Sorry. What's your nightmare draft scenario? That's a good one. One Pride 40. My nightmare draft scenario is I don't want Trayvon Walker at 2. I don't want Trayvon. I think it starts right there. I don't want him at 2, and I don't want Jordan Davis at 2. Two Georgia guys, man, that played on one of the best defensive college football teams in the last 10 to 15 years. And I'm here bashing them. I don't mean to be bashing them, but I just don't think that would be a good look for the Lions to start off. You know, it'd be a second year for this regime with Campbell and Holmes, and I don't think it starts it off in the second year, man, with the guy that could just two guys that play the run. You got one guy that's an edge setter and a run stuffer. He's versatile. That's Trayvon Walker. I don't think he's a pass rusher whatsoever. Even somehow he ran into 6 sacks last year. I think that has to do a lot with the players that was surrounding him. And then Jordan Davis is a 2-down nose tackle until he's proven that he's not. So those are two guys that I don't want at 2. What's going on, Justin May, the rapper? What's going on? Does my stuff keep freezing up on you guys again? Sorry, man. StreamYard's been a little bit shady lately. It's been a little bit crappy. So sorry, guys. On my end, it's not. It's not buffering on my end. Sometimes it does that, man. So sorry if it is. What do you think about Chad Muma? I like Chad Muma, man. That's another linebacker that I'm keeping an eye on. The kid out of Wyoming, right? I got him on here somewhere on my books. I did mean to do some more homework on Chad Muma. I haven't. I like him, though, at 6'2", 235 pounds. You know, a fast kid. He'll fit in as a Mike or a Will probably at the NFL level. Don't really know too much. His cover skills a little bit lacking, I think. So he does have some versatility, man. Good football character. To be a solid 3-down linebacker. Just he may need to work on some covering skills. But he's a tackle guy, man. Racked up a ton in 2021. And he got a little bit of giddy up to the quarterback. He's got like 5.5, 6 sacks on his career. So he's a guy that we definitely take a look at. Just his cover skills make me a little bit nervous about Chad Muma. I'm so ready, Cassandra, for this. I'm so ready for the Lions to draft Thibodeau. You know, there's other guys I love. I want one of the edges, though. If it's Hutch, you know, if the Jacksonville takes Trevon Walker, you better take Thibodeau or you better take Aiden Hutchinson. That's it. Don't be cute. Don't be stupid about it. That's who we got to do. I feel that a little bit too, man, but he was very productive. When would you prefer to address our quarterback situation? Okay, that's a good one. I'm salty. If we don't draft one within the first 4 rounds, then I don't want one. I'm okay with taking one in the 3rd or the 4th, a developmental guy. I'm completely fine with that. Douchebag, yeah. Good evening, Mark. Counting down the hours until Thursday at 8 p.m. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for this. If Hutch is gone and they don't like Thibodeau, would you take the top wide receiver over Hamilton or Sauce, given the way wide receivers are getting paid now? I'm telling you, guys, I'm starting to really like Sauce Gardner over Hamilton. Call me crazy, but I think he's the real deal, and not that Hamilton isn't. But I think I'd rather take Sauce over any of the wide receivers. And I'm not even worried about the payments. I don't care about how these guys get paid, Jerry. But I do like Sauce. I think all linebackers fall in the 2nd round just because how deep the class is. Some of them might. That's for sure. That is a total nightmare right there, Cy. That's a total nightmare. Draft scenario. Trayvon Walker. I don't mind Sam Howell. I don't mind him. So that is not that bad. But if they take Trey McBride at 34, I might break something, bro. We don't need a tight end. Not at 34. You can get one later on down the road. So if you were Holmes and you dropped the pass rusher at 2 and trade up for Hamilton, would you be okay? I'd rather trade up for Sauce Gardner. But if you get a pass rusher and you get Hamilton at the same time, you can't really be upset about that. You can't. So that's not that bad. I think I'm feeling it too, guys. Everybody's feeling the Trevon Walker, man. Devin 99, good to see you, bro. Haven't seen you in a while. My worry is Trevon Walker. Hope they pick Thibodeau or Johnson. Jermaine Johnson getting a lot of love lately too. The kid out of Florida State, the defensive end, former Georgia Bulldog too as well. Anybody with Trayvon Walker? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a good one. I could see the Lions waiting till 3rd for a linebacker. That could be happening, Jeff Berg, for sure. I think Dax Hill or Kirby Joseph could complement Walker and Elliott. Dax Hill, I'm a big fan of, even though not just because he went to Michigan. I just think he's a very versatile kid that can even play some corner as well. And Kirby Joseph, I like him too as well. So Levi is going to defensive end. Is that full time though? I've yet to read it yet, but I'm sure it's out there if you guys are saying it. What'd you ask the last stream, bro? Sorry, man. I'm way behind, my man. What's up, Craig Ferguson? How you doing? Didn't see you, bro. Stephen Lyken's in the building. What's going on, guys? Goff has 2 more years, but they could get out after this year. Yeah, 2023 is his out. I was actually told 2022 could be his out too, but I think if a team was to trade for him, they would have to pay like 85% of his contract or something like that. I don't see any team doing that. So 2023 is his official out. I do wonder how Levi Moon defense changed their plans, if at all. Yeah, I don't know either, man. I don't really think it does. Like what are they going to do? Is he all of a sudden the answer? Sounds like an experiment to me. That sounds like a total experiment. So you never know. Definitely need 2 defensive tackles. Yeah, exactly. If they're moving him to straight defensive end, we have two. Who do we have defensive tackles? We got We got two nose tackles and Penasini and Aleem McNeil. Now the other DTs, you got Brockers, who's old. I can't even think of the other guys. So defensive tackle could be high on the board, guys. Rick Keith, what's going on, brother? I see weekend at Cryer, Kyler Murray. I do in a trade. Jared Goff, get a mobile quarterback. Hey, Mark Oram for him. What's going on, brother? I know Kyler Murray's looking to get traded. He wants to get paid before he plays another down in Arizona. But there's rumblings out there that he wants to get traded. Now, you're probably going to pay, I think, a little bit too much for Kyler Murray, man. I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. I can see us taking a D tackle high. They might now, bro. Latest rumors for Jacksonville are still between Walker and Ekwonu at 1. Good for the Lions either way. Yeah, I heard, man. The latest I read that Trent Baalke, their GM, and Khan, the owner, Khan wants Aiden Hutchinson, and Baalke wants Trevon Walker. So, and I heard Vegas or something like that has Walker going number 1. So who knows, man? It's going to be interesting. Most of double dip would be safety. That's what I think too. I'd rather take a rookie quarterback rather than pay man $50 million a year that still hasn't won a playoff game. That's for sure. Yeah. We picked him up. Good take. Hashtag, would you take Davis at 34? If he's there at 34, Jordan Davis, I'd take him if he was there. I don't think he's going to be there, though. Todd Super Ginger, what up, Mark? When you going to have me on? He's got to let me know, man. I'm not on Twitter anymore. I don't know if you're on Twitter still. If you're even on there, I can't remember. I've been booted off Twitter. So, but I know my boy Elon Musk bought Twitter, so maybe I'll be back on there sooner than later. But if you're on Facebook, look me up, and then I'll probably have to send you a link through your Facebook or your email. So just let me know, man. I try to get on Tuesdays. My schedule's all met. I do 2 weeks days, 2 weeks afternoons. So I'll send you a link. Sometimes I do Tuesdays. Sometimes I try to do Wednesdays. I got to make it more consistent. But I'll have you on, though, buddy. I promise. Don't mind Levy losing weight. The best defensive tackle in football weighs 280. That's right, man. And he's a little bit of a different breed, though. Aaron Donald. He's a little bit of a different breed, man. I see us double dipping up both safety and linebacker. Yeah, you never know. I think safety for sure, though. Stephen Likens, hashtag Lions. I'd like to see us double dip on edge rushers. Any thoughts, Mark? Hey, I'm a defensive guy, and I'm all for taking all kinds of defensive players. Let's do it. Michael Huck, Thibodeau will make Aaron Rodgers regret staying in Green Bay. I hope so, bro. I hope anybody we take makes Aaron Rodgers regret it. Lion, you're crazy. If it's not Hutch or Tibb, it should be Hamilton. Yeah. You know what? I'm just telling you right now, man. I'm starting to like Sauce a lot. Not that I don't like Kyle Hamilton, but I think they're both unicorns, to tell you the truth, really. I really do think they are. Hamilton would probably be the better pick for the team, but I'm really liking Sauce Gardner, man, right now. But I don't think we're taking him early. I don't think we're taking Hamilton early either. Tight end 6th or 7th round for sure. One of those. Hey, what's up, Bogagrius? Really like Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, man, he's a good defensive end, man, coming out. An SEC guy that transferred over to Florida State, had a really nice 2021. So let's see what happens there. If you want to see a breakdown of why Hamilton is overrated, go watch Bengals video on him. Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton? Go watch a Bengals video on him. I don't know who that is, man. Jermaine Johnson would be solid if we moved down 100%. If we draft a running back at 34, people are high on Walker. We're not drafting a running back at 34, bro. This city, you know, that just wouldn't make any sense. We don't need to draft a running back. We got 3-4 guys, man. You know what I mean? Like Walker could become the guy, but what do you do with the other ones? We need guys that are going to make an immediate impact. JJ is a great culture fit. He almost single-handedly turned around the culture at FSU. Whoever drafts him, we're lucky to have him in their locker room. I like Jermaine Johnson. I got no problem with him. I think he's a good football player, man. My nightmare scenario is Willis at 2, wide receiver 32, the running back. Yeah, that would be Matt Millen level stupid. 100%, man. Oh my God. When you ask about Levy. Yeah, man. Who knows, man? I don't know what's going on. I haven't read anything about this Levy situation going to defensive end, but he obviously came in looking a lot better than he did last year. So I don't know what he's even weighing. Walker's going to be a bust. I don't know if I want to call the kid a bust just yet. I think he's going to be a good football player. I'm just not taking him that high. I don't understand all the hype, man. Fantasy football astrology. Thoughts on Gardner or Stingley at 2? I don't want either one at 2. I just did a video on Sauce Gardner. I think he's going to be picked first because of the medicals. Stingley is a beast, though. He just having trouble staying on the field, but he is a monster. If I was to take anybody there, it would be Gardner right now, just because of the medicals. But I love them both, but just not at 2. Not at 2, man. Elon will get you right. You better get me right, man. I want to get back on Twitter and cause some problems. Sounds good, but I hope they build that deal. I still believe defensive. So do I, man. But Jay Johnson, floor and ceiling. Like sack wise, like what do you mean? Like what do you think? I think his ceiling for sacks, eventually, his rookie year, if they're to take him 2, I want, if we take a defensive end, I'm hoping for 9+ sacks rookie season. I don't care. You take a guy that high at 2, he better be there. But at floor, I don't want anything less than 7.5, 8. So we need him to get to the quarterback. Did the Hamilton 40 times scare you a bit? You know what I mean? No, because he was hurt. I think he was running hurt. You can kind of tell. No, I wasn't getting the flashes of Tease Tabor or anything like that. I know I keep hearing some people were like, "Oh my God, he's Tease Tabor all over again." I personally think he was running hurt because he did suffer that injury. I think it was a knee injury, so it didn't look like he was right. But it was bad. Bengal is another YouTuber that does drafts. I got to check him out. I don't know. I have to check him out. I don't think I've heard of him. Hamilton is simply the most overrated player in the projected top 10 this year. Okay. I don't agree with that. I'm not sure why you're saying that. I don't think he is Detroit fan, man. I had him pretty high. He's dropping a little bit for me lately, not because I think he's overrated. I'm just starting to like some other players over him. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to get a fast, speedy one, bro. This draft is loaded on defense. I'd be happy with all defenses drafted, with maybe a wide receiver in the mix. I think it's going to be heavy D, man. When you get the rank, like the 30th, 31st ranked defense, you have to build on it, Michael. You got to build on it, bro. And I agree. I think a wide receiver is in the mix too. I don't think it's a really strong need this year, wide receiver, though, because I think we've gotten better. Just getting guys, another year of Amon-Ra. I think Chark is going to be special. He just needs to stay healthy. Another year with Josh Reynolds. Amon-Ra, like I said. Who else we got over there? Cephas, another healthy. We need a healthy Cephas. So it's a lot better than it looks last year going in. That's for sure. If we double dip at safety, give me Petrie and Brisker. I like those guys. Brisker's more of a box safety. Petrie more of a playmaker. So I like those two guys. I got nothing wrong with those guys. I take anybody that's going to be a stud for the Lions. That sounds good, James. Sign me up with a stud, man. Give me a stud on there, bro. Let's go. Colin Hamilton will go between 11 and 15. Man, my man's dropping, though. He's dropping. I wonder if it's because of the 40. I wonder if it's because of the bad combine. Might be a little bit of everything, right? The medicals. So who knows? If he goes between 11 and 15, he goes between 11 and 15, and the Lions go up and get him, that I wouldn't be mad at. I'd rather they go get Devin Lloyd, but why not? I know, it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas all over again, King. It's Christmas. John Dorsey's supposed to be able to find good players in later rounds. Same with Brad Holmes, man. He's found some guys too. Would you rather trade up from 32 to the mid rounds and draft the top linebacker, or would you rather take Daxton Hill? I'm a linebacker guy. I played the position, Cassandra. I'm a defensive guy. I love Daxton Hill, though. I think he's a versatile kid. You know, he's safety. He can play some slot corner. You can even put him on an island every now and then. But he's basically he is a safety. I like him a lot. But if we can go up and get a guy like a Devin Lloyd, or stay there and maybe drop Christian Harris. If he's there, the kid out of Alabama, the linebacker, I'd be okay with that too. What do you think the chances of trading out of 32 to add more picks? I think the chances are there, 100%. But I personally think if they're going to trade out of 32, they might trade up. They might trade up, Steven. Don't put it in stone or anything like that. Don't write it in stone, but it could be a possibility. But they might want to get out of there because, there's still players that are going to be there. There's going to be a lot of good players within, this top 40. But there's also a lot of people saying that there's only 15 to 20 first-round picks. That's how I don't want to say weak, but, some experts are saying that there's only 15 to 20 actual first-round picks. And there's 32 teams in the first round, right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think if we trade out of 32, I got a feeling we're going to be going up. Jacksonville might not take a linebacker. Didn't they grab a linebacker in free agency? I'm salty. Didn't they grab a couple guys? Who'd they grab in free agency? I know they grabbed the wide receiver, Christian Kirk. They grabbed that what's that kid's name out of Atlanta? Olakon, the tackling machine out of Atlanta. They picked him up. I thought they picked somebody else up. They might not grab a linebacker. I'm salty. They might not grab one. Dotson is smaller, but plays big. He can run him around. He's fast and has a great catch radius. He's super fast, man. Very quick. Plays bigger than he plays bigger than he is. I like him. He's got good hands too. Jacksonville lost their best linebacker this season. Who was it again, though? But they picked up that Olakon kid, man. That Frederick Olakon, whatever his name is, he's got that different name. I think he's from. I think he's Nigerian. That kid, not too sure, but he's a hell of a linebacker, man. He was a guy that I was kind of hoping the Lions might have taken a chance on during the free agency period, but they already replenished. Who was the guy that they lost again? What's the name of the kid? I think he's definitely back, but grew up was born in Detroit. I forgot his name. Sauce Gardner, Ahmed Gardner. I'm not sure you're talking about, brother. What return would you be looking for if you would trade back from pick 32? If we trade back, obviously I want at least two, 3 picks. Because if you want my pick, you're paying. So a couple picks. But if we double dip at edge, give me Hutch or Arnold. Epikette. Yeah, that's the kid from Penn State. Awesome pass rush win rate on this kid, by the way. It was like 40%. I think it was the highest out of like Hutch and Thibodeau. Matt DeYoung, what's going on? I think that Dean or Lloyd could drop out of the first. Mike, Montana State. I like Mike, the Montana State linebacker, in the third. Yeah, man. I don't think Lloyd is going to drop out of the first. I don't see Lloyd. Lloyd's a top 15 pick, bro. N'Kobe Dean, yes. There's medicals going on with him with his knee. He's got some type of pec thing going on his chest, and he's a smaller linebacker. Some teams get kind of put off on that. So you could be right. But you talk about Montana. You talk about Troy Anderson, the kid, like the versatile kid who plays everything from quarterback to running back to linebacker. Troy Anderson. You talking about him? Miles Jack. That's what you're talking about, right? That's the kid that left Jacksonville, went to Pittsburgh. Miles Jack. Not bad. I don't see a lot of gross overpays. And you're not going to see that, man, just yet. We're not going to see that. I was kind of hoping that they were going to make one big splash. I think they were in on the what's the kid that went to Baltimore? Marcus Williams, the safety out of New Orleans. I think they were in on that one. I think they were trying to make one big splash. Never happened. But next year, I think we have a possibility of like $100 million in cap room. So year 3 could be the time where we open up the wallet. Foyesade Olakun, that's the kid. Yeah, Olakun's nice. I think he's a better linebacker than Miles Jack. To tell you the truth, Jacksonville definitely overpaid. They overpaid for everybody. Yeah, Matt DeYoung, Troy Anderson. That's the guy I was thinking of, man. I like that kid too. Fast, does everything, smart. Hashtag Debo. I like Debo, man. Like I said in my video, I understand not going after a bunch of players. I understand not giving up crazy draft capital, but Debo, I think, is a different breed. Everybody wants a wide receiver, right? At 32. Well, it starts with 32. You might have to give up 34. You might have to give up something else too. You might have to give up 3 picks. You could probably ask for a late one back. But if you can get a Debo, it's a guy that I would think about. I'm not saying 100% I would do it, but, man, it's a guy that I like a lot. But you might have to give up quite a bit to get him, man. Yeah, that kid's good. Arnold Ebiketie. I got to get his name right, man. Sauce Gardner. Reminds me of Von Miller. Yeah, man, he's got some Von Miller in him. For sure. We should have took JK last year in the second instead of Levy. Yeah, man, let's just hold off on that right now, too. I kind of agree with you. I like JOK. And when he started slipping, I was like, man, let's take a chance on this kid. Levi, I wasn't really too high on last year. I didn't really do a lot of deep dive on him until after he was picked. But he supposedly has came into camp or whatever, this little early workout session that they're doing, and he's looking phenomenal. So I've yet to see a picture. I got to find a picture of him. Apparently, he looks great. He looks fantastic. So I don't know if he lost weight. He probably did if he's getting switched over to defensive end full time. They kind of didn't check for sure. Yeah, if we cut Goff in our right guard, we'll have over $100 million in cap space. Goff could be gone next year, guys. It's a possibility. You're talking about Vitae, so that is a possibility. We can have a lot of money next year, man. It could happen. Nope on Devo. Need help in too many other areas. I do agree. I just love Devo, man. I think he's special. He's another guy that needs to stay healthy too. That's right. Devo is a diva, and we shouldn't chase those. I don't think I'd call him a diva. I don't know if I'd call him a diva, man. He's just, he's just looking for money, and I think he deserves it. All it takes is one great year now, man. Like, these guys don't these guys pretty much are like, if I have a fantastic year and I'm close to my contract being up, I want to get paid. I think that's, you're just looking for money. That's okay, and Apparently he doesn't want to be used as a running back wide receiver. I think that's a little bit overblown as well, too. That's what got you to be talking about all this money for Debo. So you got to know where you came from, bro. Any team that acquires you is going to be using you as a running back. They might not run you into the ground like the 49ers did, but you're going to be used as a running back. So that Kirk's contract might be worse than the Flowers contract. That Kirk contract's insane. That Christian Kirk contract for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't get that. I like Christian Kirk, but my goodness, what? And all of a sudden he's a number one? You're paying him like he's a number one. Come on. Big V was a stud last year. I like Big V. I don't want nothing. I don't want him gone. But there's a possibility. His out is this year, I believe. So he ain't going anywhere this year unless they find some miracle guard somewhere and they maybe trade him. But I don't see why you would do that right now, anyways. Burks is falling in mocks. I see that too. I think there's some medicals going on with him as well. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in this draft. I'd be surprised he falls out of the first round. I think Debo already confirmed he doesn't want to be traded. I don't think he confirmed he doesn't want to be traded. I know there was a video out there of him at some concert or some bar. There was a sign like Debo wants out or something like that, or Debo doesn't want to be traded, and he was like giving the sign, no. So who knows, man, what's going on with Debo, man. There's all kinds of games being played. Burks at 32 would be a wet dream. I agree, too. I think he's a stud. I like him a lot, man. He's one of my favorite players in this draft. You know, people say, oh, man, he's not that fast. But you put the game film on, there's no DB catching him. Nobody's catching him. And he's out jumping guys. He's 6'3", 6'5", or whatever he is, 230 something pounds. He looks a lot like DK Metcalf, in my opinion. Not as fast as DK, but he just looks like a physical specimen, like just a specimen out there. Mark, any O-line we can get around 4 to 7 range. Yeah, man, you can get O-line anywhere. Exactly. You don't have to go high on these O-linemen. You can find good ones in the later rounds. I agree. Debo said he doesn't want to be used. The only way he's really had success. He's not worth much if he's not willing to run and catch. That's the thing, man. Like you did your thing running the football as well. Like, you got to know where you came from, bro. Like I get it. You don't want to be running to the ground, man. But like, you know, you had 1,400 yards through the air, and you had like another 500-600 on the ground, or something like that. It was a 500. I forget what it was. It might have been lower than that. But you had like 8-9 touchdowns on the ground. Big reason for their success was because of him running the football. So, but I get it, man. It's about longevity, right? You know what's interesting? I've never seen the media talk about the Lions as much. We are getting talked more. We are getting talked more than the Jags. Yeah, I see that too. Who knows what Jacksonville is going to do, though, man, with this draft. It makes me a little bit nervous, to tell you the truth. You know, they're trying to pump us up too, man, because we got Hard Knocks coming. So they're going to have to get get more hype going on this Lions train. Exactly, Jerry. Yeah, for sure. Either they love NBC or they're noticing a change. I think it might be a little bit of both. Man. I don't really know if they love MCDC just yet. You know, because he's still kind of, you know, they make fun of him a lot, man. They made fun of him a lot last year. Calling him buffoon, a meathead, clown. I think that's stupid. I think he's a leader of men. You know, jury's still out on his coaching ability, I think. You know, he's very unorthodox. But you know, if you have an unorthodox team, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Amon-Ra was doing everything Debo was. Yeah, but Amon-Ra is not Debo. Amon-Ra, man, is nice. He was doing those things. I'm not knocking Amon-Ra, and he's extremely cheap. He's Debo light though, bro. He's Debo light. Hashtag Mark. Could it be from the combine that Burks is falling? Possibly. You know, he didn't have his athletic scores were bad on the combine. Like he didn't have he didn't have great athletic scores, but he ran decently for a guy that they said was going to run like a 4.7, and he ran like a 4.5. So he's got some decent speed for a guy that's 235 pounds, man. He's a big boy, man. 6'3", 6'4". He's a big kid, you know. They're just saying that he's not athletic. You know, you put the game tape on, you watch the game tape, though, man. It's a different story. He does things that a lot of wide receivers can't do. So I like him a lot. Pat McAfee loves Dan Campbell. He does. He had him on the show a couple times, didn't he, last year? What's not to love? You know what I mean? Yeah, Dan Campbell's the man. You know, he's a leader of men. You know, I don't think he's Bill Belichick or anything like that, man, but he can lead. You know, we need him to be better as a coach this year, and I think he's going to improve. So, Brandon L., what's the celebration in the draft room going to be like this year if we get Hutch? And they're probably going to cannonball right through the table. You're probably going to see Dan Campbell literally do a cannonball through a table. There's a possibility you might see that. You know, I'm Thibodeau or Hutch at 2. That's it. I don't know what the Jaguars are doing at 1. Who knows, man? Cooper Kupp, ran a 4.6? Yeah, something like that. 40 times are overrated. If you can play, you can play. Yeah, the Cooper Kupp can run routes. He gets open. He's sneaky. That's what you love in a wide receiver, man. He's special. Burks came to the combine out of shape at over 140 pounds. You mean 240 pounds? So I know he played last year at like 230, 233. That's not a good look. If he came in about 8-9 pounds overweight, that's not good for Burks. Still looked pretty good at 240, though. He was 240. Holy cow. It's a big kid. I'm not sure about that, but because they see him, his team fight for him. Never seen him Patricia teams. Oh, yeah. That's what I said. Like, he's a great leader, and they love him. They absolutely love his teammates. Love him. His players love him. His coaches love him. They love playing for the guy. They're going to run through a wall for him. I'm not making fun of him. I'm not saying he's a bad coach because of that. I'm just saying some of his coaching decisions were questionable, and that's fine. I think in the long run, he did what he was supposed to do with his team. They love him. They're going to play for him. They're going to run through a wall for him. That's all I care about. I just don't want him making too many bad mistakes on the field. That's all. And I think he limited those. He had a couple, questionable calls, which is fine. What coach doesn't? I think it's all going to come back to be okay. I think Dan Campbell has started a culture change. I think so too. It's him and Brad Holmes. It's not a winning culture change just yet, but it's a culture change in the fact that, that the camaraderie is there, that they actually care. They want to win. It's not like a Patricia-led team where, they couldn't wait to probably go home after a practice. They didn't want to talk to Matt Patricia. They probably couldn't go to Matt Patricia. He probably didn't make himself available. Dan Campbell does that, man. His door is always probably open, man. He probably tells his guys, anytime, call me at home. If I'm in the building, we'll chat. That's what you want. As a football player, you want to be able to talk to your head coach about personal matters. And with Patricia, it wasn't like that because he was a putz, an absolute putz. Sorry, 240. Yeah, 240. I'm gonna say 140. Has Sewell said anything good about Thibodeau? I'm not sure, bro. Seems like he's been pounding the table if he was a good teammate. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I'm sure Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been in his ear a lot. Like, what kind of kid is he? You know, he spent a couple years with him at Oregon. You know, he probably got to know him well. You know, Thibodeau's wired differently. He's a different kid. Not that he's a bad kid, because he's not even close to being a bad kid. He's actually a really, really good kid. Just that he's wired differently, man. He's a bit of a nerd. He's into crypto. He's into chess. You know, he just wants to do things differently. He wants to brand himself, and that's fine. He doesn't need to sleep with a football 24/7. He doesn't need to hold a football in his hand and, you know, and talk to it like it's a baby. He doesn't need to do stuff like that, man. It's okay for him to have other interests, but guarantee Holmes and Campbell are in his ear asking all kinds of questions about Thibodeau. What kind of kid is he, man? Like, you know, you tell me, man. Is he this? Is he that? And by now, it's Tuesday, bro, at 8:14 p.m. I guarantee you they got a real, real good lock on what Thibodeau is as a person and a player. So we're going to see in less than 48 hours, man, if he's going to be the pick. I'm excited. Mark, is Burks like Kenny G? No, I don't think so. Not that I know of, man. Burks is going to go higher than Kenny G. I don't think Burks is lazy. I think Kenny G got a little bit complacent after he got paid, and or he knew he was going to get paid and kind of faked his injuries. We've been talking about that for the last couple of years. But Burks, Todd Super Ginger, Burks is more explosive than Kenny G. 100% agreed. Yikes, no thanks. What's the no thanks for? Is that to me? I just think, hey, man, Thibodeau's character concerns are bull BS just because he has interests outside of football. I agree. I think it's ridiculous. Like Mike said earlier, there's always one guy that gets demonized in an NFL draft. Last year was Parsons. This year it's Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, you're going to tell me that all of a sudden this guy has character concerns because he wants to build schools, he wants to brand himself, and he wants. I heard a guy on 97.1 The Ticket call in yesterday. His concern was, oh, Thibodeau's into crypto, and that concerns me. Like, what? Like, why do you care how he wants to spend his money? Like, or what kind of currency he wants to use? Who cares if he's into crypto? Well, what's the big deal? I know a lot of people that are into crypto, man. It's doesn't mean anything. Bob Quinn was so predictable when it comes to draft time. A horrible I agree. I totally agree, man. There was nothing hidden. There was nothing, you know, we knew who he was picking. We knew he was picking Hawk. We knew he was picking Jeff Okudah. We knew they were never picking a quarterback. It was very, very predictable. I agree. It was ridiculous. It would be interesting to see Holmes draft board. I would love to see it. You kind of see it when they go on that show, The Lions Den on YouTube. Last year, you kind of see a glimpse of what they had. They won't show that, though, but you can kind of see a glimpse of some players that they have ranked, but they keep that real close to the vest. They won't tell nobody nothing on there, bro. Overslept. Good to see you in here. 9 drinks. I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, but maybe another 15 minutes. If Thibodeau has big dreams, going to play hard as yes for a second contract. Probably that's all we need. That's all I want, bro. Hi, baby. My little girl just walked in. Okay, check the weather, baby. I totally lost where I was, but yeah, but you're right, Jerry. If he you know, if Sue was a different guy coming out, so if he gets that even close to that kind of production, give me that all day. Brad should take Hutch. He's definitely a guy that's on my board, bro. Dan Campbell's success is the coaching staff he hired. For sure. It all leads to who they hire, 100%. I think they hired some good guys. Patricia was traitorous. Traitorous? I don't know. Okay. Tell us who are your top 3 for 2. Okay, it goes like this in this order, man. It goes like this in this order, man. For me, okay, it goes like this in this order. Wow, I'm having a struggle with the third one. Kayvon Thibodeau at 1. Sorry, Kayvon Thibodeau at 1. Hutchinson at 2. Those 2 guys right there. Then my third, I'm having trouble either with. It's probably Kyle Hamilton or Sauce Gardner. Flip-flopping between those 3 guys. Those 2 guys. Can even throw in Devin Lloyd, because I think Devin Lloyd, is worth a top 5 pick, even though I think he's going in the top 15. Call me crazy. I don't care how early it is. I love Devin Lloyd. But my number 3 is tough. I don't know if it's to pick between Sauce Gardner, Kyle Hamilton, or even Devin Lloyd. It's so hard for me. It's so hard, man. But the top 2 for sure are Thibodeau and Hutchinson. That's it. Don't mess around with those picks. One's going to be gone. Both might be still sitting there. But I like Thibodeau more than Hutchinson. Just my preference. Evan Neal, number 1. I don't think we're drafting, even though he's a beast, I don't think we're drafting an offensive tackle. I think it'd be insane for them to do that right now, unless you're getting a haul back for Decker. That's the only reason. That's the only way I'd do it. It's the only way I'd do it. Tib at 2, Hutch at 3. I don't mind that, bro. I like it. I'm just not big on the Evan Neal going to the Lions at number 2, even though I like him a lot. But there's some medicals going on him right now, too, that they're saying he's going to slip. Thibodeau is the best pass rusher and an outstanding run defender. He doesn't get enough credit for his run defending, Nick. People say that he gets blown out as a run defender. Every guy gets blown out every now and then, but he is a very good edge setter, a very good run defender. Very underrated. Trevon Walker, man, I want no part of him, bro. No part at 2. No part. If he falls all the way to 32, give me Trevon Walker all day, but not at 2. I don't understand the Walker hype. Let the Jags draft him. I'm with you, One Pride. I don't get it either. Quinn was always always trying to be the smartest person in the room. It was the Quinn Tricia thing, man. It was both of them, dude. Why do you draft a Jelani Tavai in the 2nd round when the guy's literally a 5th or 6th round pick? That to me was insane. I couldn't believe that pick. I was just like, wow. I was like, these guys obviously know more than us. They do. They got some type of plan. They like Jelani Tavai. They thought that, okay, even though he's getting a 5th or 6th round grade, let's take him in the 2nd round and see what happens. Ugh, rough. That's all that is, man. It's rough. He's still in the league, though. I think, right? Is he still a Patriot or is he a free agent? I don't even know. What that could be. A free agent, or I don't even know. But it was an absolute disaster for the Detroit Lions, and those kind of picks set you back, man. I know, man. I like Jordan Davis at 32. I even like him in the 2nd round. I don't like him being a top 5 pick. Jordan Davis only played an average of 22 snaps a game, just like you said right there. That's a 2-down line nose tackle. You got guys on the radio saying that he's more than that. Well, how do you know? Because that's what he was in college. He is what he is until proven otherwise. I don't think Jordan Davis is going to become all of a sudden this. Jordan Davis is going to all of a sudden become this 3-down pass rushing defensive tackle. But he's not. He's a 2-down nose tackle that stuffs the run, but he does it really well. Takes on double teams, But my goodness, man. People are hyping him up too much. Devin was one of the worst picks in Lions history. Could have gotten his so much later. Exactly. It was such a terrible pick, man. They drafted him over DK Metcalf. Don't remind me. Gerard Davis. Fire deal. Gerard Davis. Who? Who are you talking about, bro? I don't know what you're talking about. Hashtag mark your top 3 you don't want. At 2? At top 3 that I don't want at 2? Is that what you're saying? Top 3? If you're asking for 2, I don't want Jordan Davis at 2. I don't want Travon Walker at 2. And the third guy? I really thought about it, man. To tell you the truth, man, I had to come back to you on that. If Quinn was a GM, he would have drafted Davis at 2. He probably would. Malik Willis, no need. I don't think he's a need either. I'm not going to rule it out, though. No, Jordan Davis is Snacks Harrison. That's not a bad comparison. I compare him to Vince Wilfork, if you can remember him. I think he's more of a Vince Wilfork, to tell you the truth, who played for the Patriots and the Texans. Big boy. He reminds me more of him. Snacks Harrison, I thought, man, was I guess they're kind of similar. That's not a bad comparison. I actually don't mind that. And Travon Walker had 10% pass rush. Yeah, exactly. And 9 sacks in 3 years. It's exact. That 10% pass rush win rate scares the hell out of me, Nick. That's a big reason why I don't want him either. He's not a pass rusher. How he had 6 sacks last year is because he was loaded. Guys around him. He had guys, playmakers all over the place. He's not. He can't be a Detroit Lion, man. Davis, Jerry Ball 2.0. That's not a bad one either. 9 drinks. Gerard Davis. Yeah. Okay. I thought you were talking about Gerard up here. Yeah. I it was for peanuts. I don't know why they brought him back, though. I'm not a big fan of that bring back. We got our 2017 one. Jared Davis, man. Horrible pick back, man. Horrible. I don't want it at all. My top 3 will be Kayvon, then Hutchinson and Malik if we can't move down. Oof, really, I'm off the T. Walker train. Yeah, man, you got to get off that Walker train, bro. Get way off that Walker train. I'm not saying the kid's going to be I'm not calling him a bust either. I don't want to call him a bust, but I think if he goes in the top 5, fans are going to be like, and the organization is going to be like, well, you got to be the guy. And I don't know if he is. I'm not saying he couldn't ever be. But, man, you're drafting Travon Walker and over – you're drafting projection over production. That's what you're doing with Travon there, man. You're not drafting him because he was a stud in college. You're drafting him hoping he becomes the next Myles Garrett. Like, I think he can be this guy. That's called projection. We don't want him. 32, I'll still take Walker. I'll take Walker at 32 all day. I'll take him at 32. I don't have a problem with that, man. I don't have a problem with that. Just not at 2. Yes, at 2. Yeah, those are my guys, brother. Walker just doesn't have the production. He just doesn't have it, man. I don't think he's a bad football player. I just don't think he's worth that number 2 pick. Yeah, you want a baller. You want a baller at 2, man. Travon is a great athlete, not a great football player. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, he might be a solid. He could turn into a great football player, but I think it's too risky. I think it's too risky, Nick. I think it's too risky to take that kid in the top 3. Like, the only teams you hear about taking him are the Lions and the Jaguars. He falls past those guys. Where is he going to go? I guess he could go early. I guess he still could go to Houston. Could he go to New York? You know, there's 2 New York teams right there, so I'd be surprised. But guys, we're rolling up on the 8:30 mark. If you got any more questions, shoot them out now because I'm done in 2 minutes. So I got to go upstairs and hang out with my little one. Plus, majority of BQ picks for Big Ten. Never invested in pass rush and addicted to slow play. The reminding, it's making me nauseous one pride. Ooh, I'm not thinking playoffs yet, John Doe. I can't do it. Not yet. Micro Mike says Jared Davis was a misguided missile. Imagine him guided in the right direction. Yeah, I know. We've all kind of said that about Jared, man, that he's just a guy that just, he was going 150 miles an hour. That's how he plays the game. Do you think we draft Hawkinson for payments this year? I just don't think he can stay healthy. I don't know, man. They just signed Hawkinson to his 5th-year option, so they picked it up. They probably are going to draft a tight end somewhere in this draft, though. I wouldn't, unless they really, really like Brock Wright. So I could see a tight end being picked later in this draft. Bellamy for the Breakers has 4 sacks already. I didn't know that. I'm not really following that other football. Is that USFL? Is that USFL? I haven't been following that, man. Are you going to be on with the guys for the draft? I'm going to be on Grid's channel. I'm going to be on Grid's channel on Thursday. Nick, Micro Mike's doing stuff with Herman Moore on Thursday. He's going to be hanging out with him. But Mike's going to try to pop in on Grid's channel. And then I think Friday, day 2, it's on Mike's channel. Pretty sure it's on Mike's channel. Then I'm doing day 3 on Saturday at like noon. So I'm hosting day 3. Grid, day 1. Mike, day 2, I believe. I'm assuming it is. Unless Grid's doing back-to-back. Then I'm doing day 3. I mean, you put the right pieces, Jared Goff, we can win 11 games. Yeah, man, I'm still not sold on Goff, man. I like the way he played it the last month and a half of football. I'm all in on that, man, but he needs to be better. Walker is a boom or bust type. If you're going to take a risk at 2, take Jay Johnson. I'd rather take Jay Johnson over Walker too, bro. I'm in agreement with you, Perry. I agree with you, bro. Tigers' expectations went downhill fast. That's early, buddy. It's early. They got some injuries going on, man. Just Baez came back. Are they getting thumped right now? So it's all, they're not making the playoffs, man. Everyone thinks they're going to make the playoffs this year. That's just, people got to just calm down. They're not making the playoffs, man. But the Central isn't nothing special anyways. For this year, we trust them. Yeah, Mickey got hit about to get whipped by a team. We beat 13-0 is not what you want to see. No, I totally agree, bro. I totally agree, man. It's going to be a long season, dude. We're going to have some stretches where we're nice. Then we're going to have some stretches where we look like hot caca. So we got to get used to it, brother. It's going to get better. They should blitz Barnes off the edge more. Well, yeah, that's what he did at Purdue. Played a lot of D-line. Blitzing linebacker, so in Goff we trust. We gotta trust him. For 2022, I'm trusting him, bro. Woo! What's up, Mark? Long time brother. Go Lions. What's going on, Cameron? Nice to see you, man. I'm doing this a little bit longer. You guys got me on here past the time I wanted, but it's all good. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks for coming on, brother. Great show, Mark. Thanks for answering so many questions. I totally appreciate it, guys. Thursday's going to be big. Go on Grid's channel, Gridiron Blitz. I think he's doing it on the Gridiron Blitz. I'm sure he is, or he's doing it on the Detroit Lions Syndicate. I'm not too sure yet, but I think it's probably just go look it up. Since he trades up to get even Neal, we should trade. That might happen. You never know. Well, good thing Detroit City is doing well. Yeah, soccer. Oh, God. I can't talk about soccer, bro. Sorry, man. Hashtag Mark, where are you streaming the draft night? I'm going to be on Grid's channel, Perry. I'm going to be on Grid's channel, the Gridiron Blitz. That's where I'm going to be, man. With me, Grid, probably Dern, hopefully Raw Detroit. Mike's gonna pop in and out. He's Mike's a busy boy right now, man. He's doing lots of good things, and he's gonna be hanging out with Herman Moore and Lomas Brown on draft night. So that's pretty cool. We need stretches. We're naughty. We're naughty, all right, guys. But I got to roll, man. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Don't forget to like and share. Like this up. And let's go Thursday, man. We're less than 48 hours away. Have a good one, fellas.